It's something that would take a few months to finish. Okay. Without saying too much into it, it will separate my cosplays from the rest.
Okay. All right, well, we are at the Gift of the Rift event by Swarmio here at the BTS house. I'm joined right now by BoxBox to talk a little bit about how the event went, which was maybe not the best for you guys.
Well, coming into it, we did expect to go 0-2. We did have a little bit of hope for a miracle. It didn't happen. But otherwise, we're pretty satisfied. We played good enough.
Yeah. Very good. Well, why do you think you lost?
I think they were just better players overall. Yeah, no, I think they were just better players overall. I think this kind of event where we form teams very quickly, there's not enough time to like build any team synergy. So then it, for the most part, is just like quickly how strong are the individual players, and the stronger team will probably win. Yeah.
Well, I saw something interesting. I think somebody stole your ribbon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we were talking beforehand. I was asking all the teams, like, are we tryharding? Are we banning each other's best champs? Everyone's like, no, like, we're not going to ban your guys' teams. Team Voyboy was like, yeah, we won't ban Riven. We won't ban Lux. And we're like, okay, we won't ban you guys out then either. Sure. So we don't ban him out. And they first pick Lux and Riven. And we're like, oh, no. Yeah. I think it's pretty funny. I'm not mad at Voyboy for doing it.
Because they didn't ban you out.
Yeah,
they did pick your champion.
Yeah. They took it away from us. Yeah. But I got to play against Voyboy's Riven. He's kind of bad at it, so it was fun.
Okay, good. It's good to know that you did okay. What do you think of the event overall?
I think it's a lot of fun. I think the timing is unfortunate, but otherwise, I think they did a great job. I love this place. Yeah.
This is the BTS house.
Yeah, I watched all of the Smash Summits. I'm a big fan of that. Yeah. It was super cool to like play in the same room that all those legends played in. Yeah.
And even though you didn't do as well as some of those legends, it was still good for you.
Oh, it was great. I had a fun time. Yeah. Our charity is for the animals, and there's a bunch of bee emotes in the shop, and we would just keep spamming the bee angry emote where it goes bzzz every time something happened. And we got our chat and our audience to go to the Swarm.io stream and like just spam bzzz to show support.
This makes sense because I was on the casting stream with Captain Flowers. It was me and him, and I'm looking at Twitch chat, and we're trying to get some sort. We'll be like, "Hey, who do you think is going to win Twitch chat?" And people just spam bees, bzz, bzz, bzz. Yeah. And so it was. I was trying to understand why that was happening, and now I understand.
Yeah. I still don't know if a bee is an animal, but it was the closest thing to like animals on the emote list. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have some loud noise here in a second as the drinks are coming in for the after party. We're not even through the semifinals, but the drinks are already coming in. You guys can go. It's fine. I've alerted them that you're gonna be here. I'll just talk loudly over it, and I'll move the microphone so it looks like this. BoxBox, what else is going on with you these days? I know you moved into the Just Friends house a while ago. How's everything going?
Oh, it's been going great. Living with a large group of streamers is really fun. A couple of years ago, I used to live with Lily, my team captain. Lily, and a couple others, Robert X. Lee, John Michu, if you know them. And there was no like agenda. It was just 4 streamers living together and having a good time. And it was fun. We were plagued by a steadily like declining drive to work. Okay. And then eventually our house split up. I remember all 4 of us got pretty lazy and we like split ways. And now that I see Lillian offline, she's like extremely motivated. It's awesome. Yeah. And I feel it too. Being in another house full of streamers, full of 8 streamers in our house. Yeah. I'm having a great time.
It's a lot. That's a lot.
It's so much fun to be able to just like have an idea and immediately have 7 other people who can help me execute it.
Yeah. That is really cool. I like the idea of streaming houses. I wonder how many more are going to pop up in the next couple of years, because the other thing is, like, I interviewed Pokimane a while ago, and she was saying that it can get depressing sometimes just streaming on your own.
It does get very lonely. Between the old fun house that I lived in and this new Just Friends house, there was about a year and a half that I lived alone, and it gets it's like cripplingly lonely. Yeah. There is this. I hope I don't take too long.
No, it's fine.
There is this ongoing issue that a lot of streamers face, and it's like kind of invisible. Most streamers don't talk about it because it's just not a good idea to talk about depressing things on stream. An interview is totally fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's the issue of the massively growing opportunity cost. If you work yourself to death and stream and work 16 hours a day, streaming or networking, you're gonna burn out really fast. But then the harder you work, the more you build up your channel, and the more you lose when you're not streaming. Yeah. If you go to most full-time streamers, they don't take vacations. No streamer takes more than 4 days off. The most I've ever taken off in a row in my entire 6 years of streaming is 5 days, because it's too damaging to your career to do it. I wouldn't be able to see myself enjoying a vacation knowing that I'm losing that many subs, losing that much recency, whatever. Viewers won't come back if I take too long off. They'll forget about me. So I can't take a break and relax knowing that will happen if I take too long off. And I'm almost certain a lot of other streamers feel the same way. Yeah.
What about that? I mean, that's a super big issue. I know from talking to Peter, he often felt that way whenever he'd go off to not be playing but streaming. He talked about how, if he is doing something else, it feels like he's just losing money or he's just damaging himself or whatever. It's hard to handle that. What do you feel like the team houses help that?
Team houses, as in
Oh, sorry, the streamer houses.
Oh, streamer house. Do I feel like streamer house helps?
Yeah, because at least then you're kind of plugged into a network of people, right? If you take a little bit of time off, I assume somebody else in the house can kind of help pick up those views or whatever.
Oh, in our house we have talked about ways that people can take vacations without it being too damaging. Yeah. And some of it literally is. I know how a lot of my roommates stream, even though I mostly stream League, and a lot of my roommates do IRL. We've talked about this idea that we had that we're going to test out in the near future, where someone who wants to take a 5-day vacation can go, and a couple of us can just stream on their channel.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're right there. We'll just go to their computer, and I'm a funny guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I can take over one of my roommates' streams for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure they will do it for me. They go to my stream, play Riven as bad as they are. Yeah. Most of them don't play League. Have a fun time for a couple days.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that idea. Also, I assume there's a chance that maybe you can do IRL streaming on the vacations, right? If you guys all go on vacation together, you can bring the backpacks along and maybe do that.
I actually went to Japan recently for 2 weeks, and I streamed about half of those days. It's fun, but it definitely doesn't really feel like a vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, because it is a lot. Instead of enjoying everything that's around you, you're hello, chat. Yes, that is a thing over there. That is a thing over there.
Yeah.
It can be a little difficult.
I do feel a constant pressure to find something interesting. Yeah. I definitely in Japan, I definitely wanted to at times just sit there and enjoy the view or whatever and relax. Yeah. But then I felt I couldn't while I was on camera.
That's tough. Well, other than that, which I'm sure, it's obviously an issue you're facing, but how on the day-to-day, how are things going for you? Do you have any cool projects you're working on or anything? I just talked to Lily Pichu. She launched some merch.
I do have a project. It's in the very early stages. Have you heard about Reckful's project?
He's making a game, I think, right?
Yeah. He's doing a very large scale game. Yeah. It's very impressive. I looked into it. I'm doing a much smaller scale version.
Oh, really?
But soon, of a game with employees. Not that many. It's no Reckful. It's about 20% as big as Reckful's project. Okay. But I'm very excited. It's going to be something that I hope to be the first streamer to make their own project and self-advertise it. I don't know if I'm the first, sure. But I'll use my YouTube channel, advertise it myself, and get my friends to play it.
Cool.
And it's a much smaller game than Reckful's game, so this is only on the scale of a few months to make. Sure. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And hopefully much cheaper to make.
Oh yeah, for sure. Our team is about 4. Okay. 4 people.
Have you? I'm sorry if I missed this announcement. Have you guys announced this yet?
I just talk about how I'm working on something on stream. Okay. But until we finish about more than half of it, I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay. So we don't know what it is yet. It's a game though. It's a thing. It's a project.
Okay.
Something that people can interact with.
Yeah, something that you can download.
Okay. There's a lot of things you can download. I don't know if what you're making that you can download, but hopefully it's something a little interactive rather than some other things you can download. Do you have any cosplay stuff you're working on?
Cosplays. Everyone always asks me about.
I apologize.
Yeah. Every day on Twitch chat, I'm like, you guys have any questions for me? When is their next cosplay? It's this very, very interesting thing to think about. It's something that you can't do too often. Otherwise, it's just weird, I feel.
Are you jealous at all looking at Sneaky? I feel like he's moving in on your space.
Yeah, he does it really well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could compete with that, but he does in general cosplays now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for like just the right like Riven skin or just the right Irelia skin, something like that.
Okay. No, you don't want to do like an Ash skin or something.
Any league champion.
Okay. Why don't you do like a gender bend? You're not gender bending a girl champion to a guy, but gender bending a guy champion to a girl, but then you do the girl version of that cosplay.
If there was someone to make one for me, I would very easily consider it. Most of what's stopping me right now is getting a good quality outfit.
Okay. Very good. So if somebody's out there and they want to help you build a cosplay, then they could like message you or something.
Yeah, actually, if anyone is interested, let me know. And also, I am working on something before my next cosplay.
Okay.
Which
Which is not the other thing you told us about.
No. Okay. It's something that would take a few months to finish.
Okay.
Without saying too much into it, it will separate my cosplays from the rest.
Okay. I'm very interested to hear what that is. It sounds, but it's not a cosplay.
No, it's not a cosplay. I could tell you privately. I could whisper it into your ear right now. Would you like-
Yeah. That's fine.
All right.
I'll move the microphone. Well, that is one way to separate your cosplay from other cosplays. That is interesting. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
It'll take months.
Yeah. I did something I could never do that. I could never do that. Is there anything that you would want to say to any of your fans?
Other than a huge thank you. Yeah, no, that yeah, no, just a big thank you, guys. Yeah. You guys show so much support. There's always like a few people just hanging out in my chat, just being like, when like usually he streams around here, like where is he? Those people get me so excited. Yeah. I'm sure other streamers do this too, but like there are days where I don't feel like streaming. I don't feel up to par. Yeah. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't stream. And I open my Twitch chat, I see like 10 people talking, just like kind of excited for the next stream, and that like gets me really hyped. Yeah. There are so many days, I'd say 1 in 3, and I'm sure other streamers are kind of like this. 1 in 3 days, I don't actually want to stream. Yeah. I'm like not excited to be on the camera, but I have to be. And I have to do a bunch of mental gymnastics, like maybe in the shower, where I just like pump myself up and get excited, get hyped. And a lot of what helps me get through that is those like just 5 to 10 people in the chat every morning, like waiting for me to stream. You guys get me so excited. If you're one of those people, like thank you so much, really.
Well, thank you so much, BoxBox, for the interview. Again, this is at the Swarmio Gift the Rift event here in California. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Behind me is a giant valley that I have behind me because I'm at Gift the Rift, which is being put on by Swarmio. Shout out to them. But back to the valley. This is a valley that one day Travis Gafford Industries could just own, could have all this. But it requires your help. You got to sub to the YouTube channel. You got to follow me on Twitch. You got to throw a Twitch Prime sub in there if you want. You got to click the links in the description. You got to show your support so that we can grow Travis Gafford Industries so they can own this entire valley and then start to exact the plans that I've been making for quite some time. I can't go into those. But all this could be Travis Gafford Industries with your support. So just go ahead and click the links below, and thanks so much.